Today I'm going to be doing some basic yoga, helping you to get a little more relaxed, calm, a little bit flexy. So join me. If you have any injuries, please take it easy, be a little bit safe, very safe. But if not, let's just get right into it. So I'm going to start seated on our mats, legs crossed. You can go into a half lotus if you want, but there's no pressure. We're just starting out, we're just getting warm. So sitting up nice and tall, hands on the knees, shoulders down, open up the chest, lift the sternum to the sky. Let's close the eyes. Knees are soft, shoulders drawn, belly's engaged. Try not to lean forwards, sitting up against an imaginary wall. Steady breathing in and out through the nose. So we'll take a couple breaths here. On your next inhalation, we're going to inhale, lift the chin up to the sky, dropping the head back, keeping the shoulders open. And as you exhale, drop the chin forwards, keep those shoulders back. Inhale, lift. And exhale forwards, gentle nod, working through the whole length of the neck. Exhale down. Up. And down. Keeping those shoulders back, chin drop down, gentle length down the back of the neck. Maybe feeling it in between the shoulder blades. Gently fluttering the eyes open to gaze towards the floor and raise the chin up. Now drop the left ear over to the left shoulder. Take the left hand, pop it on top of the head. Keep the left shoulder away from the ear. Take the right hand behind the back, rolling the shoulder open and gently stretching down the side of the neck. Always remembering to breathe. Make sure there's a nice big space in that left elbow. Dropping the chin to the chest, moving the hands slightly to the back of the head. Gently pull the nose sort of towards the armpit or gaze towards the floor. Keep that right shoulder pulling away. And gently release it back up to center. Drop those shoulders, lengthen through the spine. Drop the right ear over to the right shoulder. Right hand pops on top of the head, easing the ear down, pulling the shoulder away from the ear. Left hand places around the back. If you want to tuck it all the way around, you can, with no pressure. Lots of length in the spine, drawing down the muscles in the side of the neck. These are some nice stretches you can do at your desk as well. Maybe not necessarily sitting with your legs crossed on your office chair. Drop the chin down, moving the hands slightly back, gentle length. Really draw that left shoulder away. And release, coming up to center, releasing the arms. Roll the shoulders back, inhale, lift the chest, stretch the arms out in line with the shoulders, making sure they're not lifting, placing the left hand down in line with the hip, and reaching the right arm overhead. Palm faces the floor, stretching fingertips away from you. You can drop down onto your elbow, but keep the right bum pressing into the floor, stacking the shoulders one on top of the other, lengthening down the rib cage without lifting the shoulder towards the ear. Keep it open, stretch it out. Use that supporting arm to really push into that arch across the side body. Each inhale, really stretching into that rib cage. And then draw it up, shoulders down, send that right hand away, drop onto the elbow, and left hand draws up. Palm facing the floor, lift the arm over the ear. Pressing that left sitting bone into the ground. And then draw that back up to center. Release the arms, or keep the arms out in line with the shoulders. Shoulders released away from the ears. Taking the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left hand reaches around. Place it in the ground at the base of the spine, propping yourself up tall. Roll that left shoulder open, or you can take the left hand, tuck it onto that right inner thigh, using your right hand as leverage on the outside of the knee to twist. So whatever's comfortable for you today. And then gaze over that left shoulder. Each exhalation, squeeze a little bit deeper into your twist. And relax. Stretch the arms out in line with the shoulders, shoulders down and over to the other side. Back of the hand for most leverage, but if you feel this is more comfortable, that's fine as well. And then tuck the other hand right around or into the ground. Roll the shoulder open and twist. Steady breathing. Making sure the shoulders are not up around the ears. And relax to center. Placing the hands on the ground in front of you, you're going to walk them forwards and folding down. Trying to get your forehead on the floor. Stretching those arms forward, keeping the sitting bones connected to the ground. Neck is relaxed, shoulders are spread away from the ears, away from the spine, hanging heavy to the ground. I'm going to walk the hands over to the right hand side, bringing your tummy onto your right thigh. Then stretch that left hand away, drawing a big stretch down the side of the body. Breathing into those ribs. Shoulders are still soft. You're going to feel it working into the hips as well. And then walk it over to the other side. Feel in the hips, side of the body, maybe a little bit into the lower back as well. Walk it back through to center, walk the hands up and placing them on the knees. Roll the shoulders back. We're going to inhale, lift the chest up to the sky, squeezing those shoulders back together, gently lifting chin up. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone, spread the shoulder blades hanging off the knees, and rounding that tailbone underneath you without lifting the shoulders up around the ears. Inhale, lift, squeeze, and exhale, round it out. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Working through each vertebra of the spine, stretching it out, warming it up. Inhale up. Squeeze the shoulders, and as you exhale down, draw belly button right into spine. Inhale up. And exhale down. And draw it back to center. Okay, I'm going to scoop the leg around, placing the hands next to you, and roll over into your box position. In your box position, place your hands directly underneath your shoulders and your knees directly underneath your hips. Parallel the feet, so if you look between your knees, you can't see your toes. We're going to do some cat and camels in this position. So you're going to tuck the tailbone around the back, press the hands into the floor, drop the chin to the chest, and spread the shoulder blades. Make sure the shoulders are away from the ears. And really curl that tailbone in, pulling belly back into spine. Then lift the tailbone, drop the belly down, open up the chest, squeeze the shoulders back together, draw them away from the ears and get a nice big cereal bowl in the spine. And then tuck the tailbone, round it up. Press the hands into the ground, belly button pulls in, tucking the tailbone, and then drop it down. Lift tailbone to sky, lift the chin up for 2. Tuck and round. Press the hands into the floor, spread the shoulder blades, neck is relaxed, and down. We're going to do 3 more. Tuck and round, up, and down. Round it up, and down, and up, and down. And then come into a neutral spine. Tuck the toes, we're going to press the hands into the ground, lift the hips up to the sky, straighten out the legs, dropping the heels down, pressing your shoulders into your shoulders, hands into the floor, straighten out the legs, lifting through the tailbone, pressing your chest towards your thighs, dropping the head towards the floor, rounding those shoulder blades apart. Lifting up onto your toes, you're going to ripple forwards into a plank, tucking that tailbone so the lower back's nice and flat, strong into the arms. And then press it up, tailbone to sky, drop the heels down, round the shoulder blades apart. Lifting up, tummy's tight, shift shoulders over wrists. And then press it back up, tailbone to sky, drop the heels down, straightening into those legs. And lift, ripple roll, hover, press it back, drop it down, lift, come forwards, shoulders over wrists, drop the knees, tailbone tucks, lower back's nice and flat, and tummy's tight and strong. Twist those elbows so they point backwards, lowering your chin to chest and sliding out onto your tummy. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale. Float the chest away from the ground, squeezing into the back muscles. The hands are floating, not pressing into the ground, just warming up the muscles of the back. Toes are together, heels are apart, neck is neutral, tucking that chin in. Release it down, tuck the toes, tuck the elbows, press the hands into the floor as you send your hips back towards your heels, straighten into the arms, and then lift the tailbone up to the sky, dropping the heels down, straightening out the legs. Keeping those hands nice and flat, gonna walk the feet to the top of the mat. Bending your knees if you have to, get those big toes together, ankle bones touching. If you can, straighten out the legs, do so. Tuck the chin in towards the chest, arms hanging heavy to the floor, shoulders not scrunching up. Straighten out the legs if you can, and then tuck the tailbone, rounding up through the spine, squeezing the hips forwards. Rolling all the way to standing. From the top of your mat, tailbone tucks, tummy draws in, shoulders are open. We're going to inhale, raise the arms up, interlace the fingers, turn the palms to the sky, draw the arms back, squeeze the bum forward. As you exhale, fold forwards, placing the hands on the ground, bending the knees, strong into the arms, right foot steps back, left knee directly above left ankle, pressing all the way up to warrior one lunge. Draw the arms back, tuck the tailbone, hips are square, sink it nice and low. Pressing straight into that right knee, squeezing that left knee open, tummy is tight on the ball of that back foot. Placing the hands back down on the ground. Both hands in contact, right hand places under right shoulder, left arm floats up to the sky, fingertips stretch towards the ceiling. Keep those hips sinking down, right knee still straight. Gaze up at the fingertips. And release the hand down to the ground, strong into the arms. Step back into plank. Shoulders away from ears. Drop the knees, turn the elbows, lower chin and chest. Press up to cobra. Keep the pelvis on the floor. Toes together, heels apart. Elbows bent, shoulders away from the ears. If this is too intense, forearms on the ground and just gently in Sphinx, or hands soft on the floor, squeezing into the back muscles. Otherwise, up into cobra. Tuck the toes, press the hips back, and then lift the hips up to the sky, drop the heels down. Right foot steps forward on the ball of the left foot. Raise the arms up, tuck the tailbone, draw it up, tummy's tight, hips are square, knee is 90. You can gaze up between the arms. Release the hands down, left hand under left shoulder, right arm floats up. Gazing at those fingertips, sinking those hips down, stretching into the glutes, stretching into the hip flexor. Release the hand either side of the foot and step the feet together. Straighten out the legs. Inhale, reverse swan dive, tuck the tailbone, arms to the sky and down to the chest. Inhale, raise it up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lifting that spine up to tabletop. Lift the tailbone, lift the shoulders. Exhale, fold forwards. Placing the hands, bending the knees if you need to. Left foot steps back. Drop the left heel down 45 degrees, working into the outside edge of that left foot. Cartwheeling the arms up, warrior two. Keeping that right knee open, sinking it down, arms are out in line with the shoulders. Gaze over the right middle finger. Tailbone tucks, tummy's engaged. Making sure you're not stretching forwards. Keep the weight centered over both legs. Taking the right arm, bending it, placing it onto that right thigh, and then reach the left arm overhead, stacking the shoulders, beautiful straight line along the side of the body. Draw that arm up, swing arms parallel, keep it sinking down, and then cartwheel one arm at a time, either side of that front foot, strong into the arms, step back into plank. Lower knees, chest and chin, or full chaturanga. Up to cobra or your variation from before. Tuck the toes, lift up, or press back onto the knees and then lift the hips up to the sky. Downwards facing dog. Left foot steps forward. Drop the right heel down 45 degrees, cartwheel up. Warrior two. Tuck the tailbone, lunge it down. Open the hip, open the knee, shoulders relaxed. Arms parallel. Bending the left elbow, reach the right arm overhead, stretching to the corner of the room, stacking the shoulders, chest is open. Cartwheeling up. And one arm at a time, one hand either side of the front leg, step forwards, straighten out the legs, inhale, reverse swan dive, palms to touch, and down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forwards. Inhale, halfway left. Tailbone up, chest opens up. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, place the hands. Right foot steps back. Drop the right knee down, unflip the toes. Raise the arms up. Tailbone tucks. Pull your tummy away from that front thigh as you sink the pelvis down to the ground. So no collapsing onto the thigh. Draw it up. Keep the hips nice and square. If you can, imagine you're reaching back to your foot. If not, you can have one hand or both hands onto that front knee. Placing the hands onto the floor, we're going to walk the hands back, shifting the hips back over the right knee. One hand either side of that front leg. If you can't reach, you can have work on the fingertips or on the shin, or if you've got blocks as well, you can use your blocks. Squaring off those hips, lift the tailbone to the sky, send the body forwards, keeping the spine as straight as possible, so no rounding in the back. And then shift forwards, placing the hands, tuck the toes, lift the knees, step back to plank. Drop knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga, elbows pointing backwards. Lift, cobra, tuck the toes, downwards facing dog. Right foot steps forward, drop onto the left knee, unflip the toes, raise the arms up, sink the hips down, tuck the tailbone, tummy's tight, and reach. These two stretches are really great for working on your splits or just general flexibility in the hammies and the hip flexors. Release the hands down. Straighten out the front leg, pointing into the toes, squaring off the hips, lifting the tailbone, sending the chest forward, and gently stretching up the back of the hip, up the back of the hammies. Breathing into your stretch, try not to hold your breath. And then shift it forwards. One hand either side of the front foot, tuck the toes, lift the knee, step it forwards. I'm going to roll up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Tailbone tucks, tummy engaged. Palms together, lifting up onto your toes. Quick balance. And then slowly sinking the hips down to the heels as much as possible. We're going to drop the heels, have a seat. From your seated position, we're going to shift the bum to the center of the mat. Grab the back of the knees, lean it back so your back's about 45 degrees. Lift one shin, lift the other shin, and then slowly float the arms up, parallel to the ground. If you can, straighten out the legs and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the feet, extend the legs, tuck the tailbone, stretching with the arms, and roll down one vertebra at a time onto your back. Bend the knees, placing the feet flat on the floor. Feeling with your fingertips, can you feel the heels? We're going to tuck the tailbone, rounding into the back, pressing the hips up to the sky, whilst maintaining a nice hollow tummy. We're not arching up from the back, squeezing, tipping the pelvis over the face. You can use your arms a little bit, but don't work them too much. It's all coming from the glutes, the hammies, and drawing up from the hips, and then squeezing that rib cage down as you uncurl one vertebra at a time, down to the mat. 2 more. Tuck the tailbone, round it up. 1 vertebra at a time. Squeeze, 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 squeeze into those glutes. Make sure the knees are not flopping open, but not kissing either. In line with the hips. And then uncurl all the way back down onto the ground. Last one, tuck the tailbone, round your way up. Squeeze the hips up to the ceiling. And then uncurling 1 vertebra at a time from the rib cage, middle back, lower back, tailbone, relax. We're going to cross the right ankle onto the left knee, grab the back of the left thigh and pull the thigh towards you. The closer you have this foot towards your tummy, the more it's going to stretch into that right buttock and gently pull towards you. Keeping that right knee open as well, and breathe into that stretch. If you want to grab the top of the knee, that's also an option. If you need someone pushing on your foot for assistance, alternatively you can do this with your back to the wall and you can shuffle to get that stretch assistance from the wall itself. If not, let's swap it over, cross the ankle, pull it nice and close, grab the back of the thigh and pull towards you. Gently, gently for the stretch, breathing into it. There's feet sliding them down to the corners of the mat, palms facing up. Shuffle those shoulder blades together, flopping, relaxing open into those hips, palms facing the sky. And set up for your Shavasana, your relaxation. Just take 10 cycles of breath here. Feel the rise and fall in the belly. Relaxing the facial features, letting go of your frown, unclenching the jaw. Tongue is heavy, not pressing up against the palate. Shoulders are open, hands are totally flopped. Glutes are relaxed. Hips are soft. One more breath. Gently rubbing the thumbs along the fingertips. Slowly bringing sensation back to your body. Making tight fists with your hands, scrunching up the toes, and release. Scrunch and squeeze, and release. Float the arms up overhead, stretching along the floor. Point the toes, stretch the toes away from the hands, lengthen down the body, and relax, bend the knees. And curling the tailbone, wrapping the arms around the knees, keeping the eyes closed as you tuck the knees to your chest and gently rock from side to side. Gentle massage either side of your spine, working to the very, very end before you tip over. And then dropping over onto your right hand side, Using your right arm as a pillow, left arm hangs over the body. Slowly allowing the heart rate and blood pressure to come back to normal. And using your left hand to press you up to seated, finding your way to the center of the mat. Placing the hands onto the knees. Roll the shoulders back, sitting up against your imaginary wall. Deep breath in and exhale. Dropping the chin to the chest, gentle stretch on the back of the neck. Take a moment to appreciate the work you've put into yourself this day. Congratulate yourself for everything that you've achieved. Gently flatten the eyes open to gaze towards the floor. And raise the chin. Thank you for joining me. Have a lovely day further. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you struggled to do. If you did experience any niggles, pains, issues, anything like that, please go get them checked out. I'd rather that than you continue with this and get further injured. But listen to your body, be kind to your body, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.